I'm Nick Martin. I'm the social engagement specialist here.
My name is Christine. I'm the social marketing specialist on our team.
Hi, my name is Amanda Wood, and I'm the social marketing lead here at Hootsuite.
My name is Ava, and I'm the senior manager of global social marketing here at Hootsuite. My day-to-day at Hootsuite varies wildly. The industry itself changes rapidly, and we're always testing new features and new strategies to improve our results. Being able to pull those insights out of our team and share them with other teams, as well as with our external audiences, our blog readers, for example, is really rewarding because we can see people saving time and getting better at their social, which is ultimately what we're trying to do, is help others be successful with social. So when it comes to setting our team's goals, we want to make sure that we're supporting our business objectives as well. So obviously looking to help drive revenue and pipeline, find new customers, support our existing customers as well. We will have a combination of KPIs and metrics related to more of the business side, and then we have a set of KPIs more related to engagement and content strategy to make sure that our content resonates with our audience. So for example, when we've worked on our Future of Social campaign, we looked at the type of content that it contains and then tried to match it to the types of content that perform best for the different audiences on different channels. So to hit all of these different things, we'll test out a variety of different pieces of content, and then we'll attach goals and targets based on our team targets to those to understand what works best and how does it perform relative to our other campaigns.
So our team, we have a process for brainstorming ideas and posts by meeting on a bi-weekly basis. And that's when we kind of have our larger content planning sessions, where all of our ideas that we take from working with other teams, we put it into a spreadsheet and align it to the larger campaign calendar within marketing. So we source different types of multimedia through working with in-house teams and also through finding stock photography sites. So one that we use is Burst by Shopify. It just aligns with our branding really well, and it's easy imagery for us to use. And then we have a great in-house team for both video and design, and we work with them quite regularly to create assets that complement our blog content and that really provide value within the newsfeed itself. And then on a daily basis, we have what we call Tweetjam, where we go over tweets, LinkedIn posts, Facebook posts, and we just riff on it, make sure that it's a proper tone of voice, and kind of question each other's writing skills and make sure that we're really producing the most high quality content for our channels.
We have a content calendar that plans every day to the minute what tweets are going to be going out, what social media posts are going to be going out. When it comes to retweeting and kind of on the fly stuff, we choose that by, is the tweet that we're resharing on brand pretty much? Does it fit with what Hootsuite would say? Generally, if I was gonna retweet something, it would be someone sharing a quote from one of our speakers or sharing a screenshot from one of our webinars. They're generally adding a little bit more value, so adding some more context or adding some more additional thoughts.
The kind of questions that we ask ourselves when we're tailoring posts to each network are, what does our audience really want to see? And then when you're able to ask yourself that, you really find out and are able to deliver the content that's valuable for them. So for example, on Instagram, when we really started listening to our audience, they wanted to see behind the scenes content and really understand what the culture is like here at Hootsuite. We decide what to publish and how often by understanding our audience and testing on each channel. So because we are a global company, we have to account for time zones. We want to make sure that we're getting content out to our audience at the appropriate times. So by doing that, for example, on Twitter, we started testing doing one tweet every hour, and we were able to see that certain time zones actually performed better than other ones. It's really important also to have success metrics marked down and benchmarking in order to determine what's working and what's not. And from there, you're able to naturally get a cadence going and seeing what's performing better.
My approach to engaging with the Hootsuite audience is I'm really wanting to make sure that everybody has a positive brand experience so that when they come and they talk to Hootsuite, they're going away happy, they think it's kind of funny, or at least they're getting the valuable information that they're looking for. I start with Twitter, that's our kind of highest volume channel, and then I'll move along the other social networks. So I'll be looking at Facebook, I'll be looking at LinkedIn as another busy network for us. But really, I'm in Twitter for the most part and just setting up different listening streams. So I have kind of trending now streams, which is kind of whatever's going on, whether we're we have an event somewhere around the world that I'll be listening in on, or we have a webinar going on. That's how I kind of prioritize it. I'll be seeing what's important now and where can I source the most engagements. What does social listening and monitoring mean to me? I think social monitoring is kind of keeping an eye on all the mentions kind of coming through already, where I think social listening is a little bit more proactive outreach, so sourcing engagement opportunities or whatever I want to be listening for with keyword searches or hashtag searches, things like that. So one of the benefits, there's lots of benefits to hosting a live chat on social media, and you can do it across on Facebook Live or Instagram Live or with a Hoot chat, that's a Twitter chat. Some of the things that I really like and why I really like these kind of live engagements is because you can have that two-way conversation with your audience. You get to know them on a personal level. You get to know what interests them or kind of what's important to them when you're asking these questions. You can see what sort of feedback they're giving. It's not just a brand, on their megaphone spreading out their word. You're having that two-way conversation, which I think is really important.
When it comes to measuring success, we'll have targets predefined at the start of the year. So we're always looking to grow our performance or efficiency year over year. So that will help us have sort of a concrete quantity attached to a different target. But then when it comes to evaluating the success of different methods or different approaches to hitting those numbers, we're always looking to overachieve or at least improve our efficiency. We have our targets we want to hit. Ideally, we want to exceed them and learn along the way.
Our approach to tracking and measuring is all about making sure that we have proper UTMs on all of our content going out on the channels. When you have a proper UTM framework, it makes it really easy to filter the content and measure the success of it. So we make sure that when we have a specific campaign or if it's just our always on content going out, we're tracking it accordingly with our UTM parameters. And then at the end, you can filter it properly and really measure the success of it.
So the metrics that I use to determine success is we actually created a metric at Hootsuite. You use MRMs, which stands for Meaningful Relationship Moments. And that's pretty much whenever you move, I'm engaging with someone and I move them along the customer journey, that we count as a plus one MRM. Anytime I'm talking to someone, I'm always also kind of have it in the back of my mind of how can I tie this into this upcoming webinar? Or how can I tie this into talk about social ROI, which was a campaign we were running earlier this year.
Well, our approach to testing is making sure that we're tracking absolutely everything. So when we decide that we're going to test, let's say, a certain blog post to switch up the copy or the image to see it performs better, we make sure that we're documenting everything so that when we look back, we can fully understand what made it more successful, either the second time or third time around, and then apply those same learnings to the next test moving forward.
So the two additional products that I use would be Brandwatch and Hootsuite Insights. I use Insights for tracking kind of happening now events, hashtags. Hoot Chat, the Twitter chat that I host, is I track that with Insights. Brandwatch, on the other hand, dives a little bit deeper and gives you a little bit more information. So I'll track our social share of voice, which is kind of all online brand mentions in comparison to our competitors and their online brand mentions. It's all really interesting stuff and it's very pretty too. It looks good. So I can share that to my bosses as well and they can understand the information very easily because of these tools.
So paid social is extremely important for a lot of marketing teams or social media marketing teams these days, especially with organic reach continuing to decline. That's just on an annual basis. We've really strapped down on our paid social tactics and we make sure that we have paid, I guess, really for all of our social channels. And we're lucky that we're able to work together and continue to test things because we're continuously learning as a team on what exactly this means for each channel.
Yeah, and it's definitely key to telling that ROI story for social. I think paid has really unlocked a huge component of how do you actually see the real business impact of social, not just in marketing, but then across product and across support and across sales and demand generation. All of those different teams benefit from it. I think the interesting thing is that we benefit so much from getting to use so many of our own tools here at Hootsuite to help us be successful at social marketing.
It's one of the things that we have to constantly do is we have to kind of be on the cutting edge of things. So our team is always testing new things. We're always working to kind of walk the walk. We're here talking the talk, so we got to make sure that we're following through as well.
Yeah, it's pretty fun because a lot of the company come to us to test a bunch of different things, so we have to make sure that we're always coming from the customer perspective, so it's great to be able to do that.
Yeah, we kind of call ourselves customer zero, and what that means is that we are kind of within the company, we're the people that are in the dashboard using the tool all the time.
And we're able to kind of offer those like little details and insights that we'll have as social media managers, social media marketers in general, that maybe they're not getting, and we're able to bring it to the team, which is great.
A Hootsuite
Dogs
culture.
barking.
The Hoot dogs.